Hey everybody, you've made it to the Jed Said channel where we make your life as easy as we can using the fewest amount of words as possible. My name is Jed Thorpe, licensed therapist. Today we're going to go over this, and you see it all over the place. I've been seeing it a lot in the office lately where people are just looking at the negative. They'll see the negatives, they can't see the positive. So stay tuned, we're going to figure out what that is and 3 ways to resolve it. All right, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. So let's get right into this because I already know some of you psychology sleuths out there know what's going on and what this is even called. I'm going to say it anyway for all of the people that don't know. When you see this person that really perseverates and kind of focuses on the negative, isn't able to see the positive, just think to yourself, there's mental filtering going on. That person has some mental filtering. This is a psychology term all the way back from Aaron Beck. He called it a negative schema, but that's where it all originated, this mental filtering. And I think of it as, I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm almost 50. Back in the day, I ate a lot of mac and cheese or top ramen. And before we have these handy, nifty little single serve packets, I had to get the box and pour that into a big old pan and boil it. And then I had a bunch of macaroni or top ramen and a bunch of water. I had to strain it. So when you think of mental filtering, think of the filtering piece where it strains all the negative and keeps all that negative stuff up top. And where really the reality is, the whole experience-wise, there's a lot more to it, a lot more positives in there. But when people are in this mental filtering loop, this schema, negative schema, they'll just keep all the negative. And that will be the storyline. Causes a lot of depression, causes a lot of anxiety, even to the point where it can get to be a panic disorder. Now, side note here, if you want to know the difference between cognitive distortions and thinking errors, go back to my video. It's number 100. And in it, we talk about how cognitive distortions, like mental filtering, cognitive distortions, you can't you can't prove it. They can't prove that everything's going wrong in their life versus thinking errors. Now, thinking errors, those are just the things we tell ourselves to get back into alignment with our values. There's some wiring going on with this mental filtering, this negative schema. It's taken years of programming to get to this point. It might take a little bit to unprogram yourself, but here we are, and you're doing the first thing. Let's go over the 3 ways to get out of this mental filtering, just perseverating and focusing on the negative. Number 1 is awareness. Just having awareness as to what it is. Okay, now I know. It's easier to step over a pothole when you know where the pothole is. So that's one step, first step. Number 2, and I do this a lot with my clients, is it's a challenge. I call it the 25 and 25 challenge, where you will go back over something where you have a lot of mental filtering, you strained a lot of macaroni, all this negative stuff, and we'll say, okay, how did you learn from that experience? How did you grow? How did you grow in all positive ways? So there's a retraining going on when you're getting out of this mental filtering negative schema thinking pattern or habit that you have. So there's 1, awareness, boom. 2, 25 and 25, getting that going on. And number 3, you're not going to like this one. This is just the practice piece. It's practice. People just aren't used to doing it. People are right-handed. This is their right hand. This is a negative schema. They know how to do this. They've been doing this for decades. Mental filter, mental filter, mental filter. So when I say we need to practice, it's like taking your left hand and start throwing a ball with it. Feels awkward at first, but the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And as that gets easier, anxiety gets less. Depression resolves. So remember, thinking, feeling, and then behaving. I hope you got something out of this. And if you did, push the like. If you didn't, push the dislike. I would love to hear some feedback because as Dave DeRocher says, feedback is my best friend. So give me some feedback. I'd love to know how I can improve this for you. And if you learn anything, push the subscribe button and share this as good information. And also, you can find more of some emotional intelligence, awareness up goodness on the website, www.meaningtolive.com. And until next time, awareness up.